What's going on, New Gaming Order? Goken and Shinwar, we were talking during the director's cut that I felt, warranted its own topic. But we were talking about Killer Instinct, Street Fighter Five, Halo, and like PC, release times and such. But Goken, I'm gonna give you the floor again. Like, if you want to recap, and for those
Yeah,
watching live. But
yeah,
yeah, that
yeah.
made
Brief
good
recap.
sense.
Yeah, brief cap. Basically, um, Killer Instinct's finally gonna hit the PC apparently in March. I didn't know this, but
Yeah.
like, it is so far after the life of the game that like Killer Instinct came out around the time Xbox One was released.
Hmm.
Like, if you have plans to make this stuff available on PC, you're kind of killing the market for it. You want this stuff to be released within the same time frame, or make it stagger, maybe 2 weeks or
You
so.
know why I have to combat that? It's how can you look at, okay, the selling point for the X1 was one of many. Killer Instinct. Like, let's say they made it available for PC, right? There would be no reason to purchase it on Xbox
No, that's but
initially.
that's not true. That's not
Bro,
true because it's such a listen. PC gaming it requires it's really an
but they needed
investment.
that to push the hardware, man. Because
Yeah,
if they
but
didn't, think
it
about it.
hasn't.
I'll be honest with you. Me as an Xbox supporter, if Killer Instinct was on PC, I couldn't justify getting an X1
Yeah,
back
but
when I
at
was in
that time you didn't
Afghanistan.
have a PC to play those type of games. So what I'm saying is, for someone who already has an Xbox One, they're just gonna go buy the game. And if their friends have PCs, so what? If it's cross-platform and you can play online, that mitigates that issue of potentially losing revenue from something, right?
Now,
You keep those revenue streams open by
I
having.
get you, but I'm gonna go at the Sony ponies again. A lot of them want to play Killer Instinct, right? But won't have kind of boycotted it because it was on the X1, right? Now you got a lot of them, just like at a rodeo, like a wild bull coming out the stable with the poor cowboy holding on the back, waiting to play Killer Instinct on PC, right? Which could potentially be like, hey, you know what? If you really wanted it, just like many of me people who support Xbox have a PS4, fortunately enough to have Street Fighter 5, so to speak, right? So my regret is if I had got Street Fighter 5 on PC, I wouldn't have got it on the PS4.
No, but
But
see, I don't agree with that. I think once you have a console, you've established that you are that you like to have your console sitting in your living room and being able to sit on your big couch and have your comfy things and play your video games.
mhm,
That's what consoles are for. You have your nice big TV. You can plug this thing in. You can just go buy the disc, plug the disc in, and play. And you're still gonna have millions of people who play it that way, right?
mhm, mhm.
My thing is, we already know Microsoft is on the PC. Like, like, basically the PC is an Xbox or an Xbox One, whatever you want to call it. If you released a game like Killer Instinct at the time it was released and had it available for both PC and Xbox One with crossplay, I think it would have done better as far as sales go.
Well, I feel you. I also think that Microsoft wanted to wait until it was a definitive edition. We're going into three. At the time when it was originally released, the launch of the Xbox One, it was, to be honest, it was still in development. I
Right.
think we only had what? How many characters? Five, four, six,
Yeah, it
whatever.
wasn't a lot.
It wasn't a lot. So we watched this pretty much be developed over the course while we're playing it. So now we've ended season two last year, got some great characters. Now three. Maybe Microsoft figured, hey, okay, we've got something really to work with. Let's push this out. And like Alex said before we went live, um, it's gonna be free in January. They're trying to get it on people's consoles. And then by the time that'll come to Xbox One,
Mhm.
to Windows. So
Yeah. Again, I mean, I still feel it's a lost opportunity, right? I think most of these, these, especially Microsoft, particularly Microsoft,
Mm-hmm.
especially like with Halo, Forza. Like this stuff shouldn't take so, especially when people are already purchasing licenses for Windows. Now you got people buying graphics cards that can play certain games that are exclusive to PC. Like, and you're already, you're kind of, losing out on sales numbers. I'm not saying like console war or whatever. I'm not talking about
But
console
unit
war.
sales.
Yeah.
But here's
So
my thing. Like,
no,
okay,
I don't care about the unit sales on the console. I've just brought that up. Like when you're in that type of situation, you have a whole other market that you're not fully exploiting. That's what I'm saying. Like it's such a missed opportunity that like something like Forza should have probably been out for the PC already, as well as the Xbox One with cross-play availability.
well, now here's the
I
thing,
mean,
though. Here's the thing. At the time, it probably wasn't ready because that was like a thing to push Windows 10, right? Also, like if that's the case, then how come people aren't expecting this of Sony? You know what I mean?
I don't care.
Because
See, I don't
no, no,
care
no.
about.
But
I don't care about
but
that.
you see, because what I'm gonna call you on is I know you don't support Microsoft, and it's like, but you want to play their
I
game,
support
so
Microsoft. I don't
no.
have a career without Microsoft.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like, okay, we already know it's not a preference for you to have the console. That's fine. But
I
somebody
would
else,
love
I
to
had
have
the
the
same
console.
argument. I had the same argument with someone else who was just like, oh, you know what? They should just put it on PC, but they own a PS4. Okay, if that's the case, Sony should be held to that same thing where, okay, they have games that should come out on the PC also
But
with
Sony is
cross-plat.
not Microsoft.
But then how
That's the
come
difference.
Microsoft is held to that? Because it's almost as if, like,
Because
okay,
they're not. Because Sony is not Microsoft. Sony
oh, then that's
can't
a
do a lot
bias,
of it.
man. That's a
So no,
bias.
no, it's not a bias. Sony can't do a lot of the things that Microsoft can
Why
do.
not? Why not?
Microsoft can do a whole lot because they've been in the business of creating operating systems.
Yeah, that is
No,
true.
but this is true. But
Ecosystem is an
they're in the
environment
same
for.
hardware business. So
Yeah,
what
no, that's just one market of it. Microsoft is in many hardware businesses, where Sony has like CD players and MP3 players. Microsoft has that too, but they have servers, they have cloud, they have
you
all
know
this
what?
stuff that they're specialized in, that they're
Okay.
really good at, that
Mhm.
they're trying to build an ecosystem. Just like Apple has when you buy Apple products and you use your Mac, you have your
Yeah.
Apple TV, you have your Apple router. When you're
Uh-huh.
at home, all of it works together seamlessly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Seamlessly, right?
Yeah.
That's what when you're talking about building ecosystems. Apple has an awesome ecosystem because you log into your account on one thing, and then you log into your other, and your home network. You can get your music.
And that was their ambition all
You can
along.
use your phone on the remote. You can
Mhm.
play the games across platform. You can do all that stuff. So for Microsoft to be in the business of operating systems and hardware consoles and servers and cloud and Microsoft Word and more cloud, it doesn't make sense that
It shouldn't be. It should already be set up that way.
exactly. That's my point. It's like I can't hold Sony to that same standard. All right, like I use more Microsoft products than I do actually play my PS4. So
Mhm.
my argument is
wait,
that
you know what, Gokin? Real quick, I agree with you. Microsoft is trying to get to that point with Windows 10. That's
Mhm.
what I think they're trying to do.
Yeah, they're just
because-
late to the party. Like they were trying.
so you can't be late to what I'm saying is it's a whole bunch of missed opportunity. Listen, they can flick the switch and make this happen. It's not a hard thing to do, especially when these games are being from the Microsoft side are being developed on the PC already. Like
Mhm.
that's my point, and it's not about like I don't care about the console war. I really don't. It's Microsoft, right? It's the company itself. I know what they're capable of doing. You know what I'm saying? That's my point. They are very capable, 100% capable. I know how good they can be.
Yeah.
It's just that I feel that they're taking way too long to be that company.
But you know what? Like just like Apple, they all have to have a starting point. You know what I mean? If that's what you want from them, they gotta lay the foundation first.
They
You know what I
had
mean?
listen. Xbox for PC has been around for a long time. Just because Windows 10 has just come along, and they're making more of an integration of giving you that Xbox One feel.
Mhm.
Xbox for PC has been around for a very long time. Xbox Live games or whatever. It's been around for a long time, and they just chose not to expand or exploit that to allow them to get more of the
But I had this.
first party titles available everywhere.
Oh, okay, I agree.
Like I don't care about Sony. Sony's not Microsoft. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not Microsoft.
But
The
they're
only
in the
advantage
same
they have is
business
that they're a
right
private
now.
company.
Like, because if you're looking at different arenas, if they're trying to, their business right now is to sell games, move consoles and such, you know, if they did Killer Instinct, like you said initially, right? Like, and when the X1 needed to move units, they're not trying to lose money. The Xbox division is hemorrhaging money, while as the
Right, but
OS,
think about that. People who are gonna buy that game were gonna buy the game, right?
yeah,
The chances are people who play Halo would still buy the console because that's what they play it on, right?
yeah,
What I'm saying is the missed opportunity is that guess what? Halo's a good game. You know, it doesn't suck.
mm-hmm.
So you have this other thing called Microsoft Windows 10 and 7, and you have this thing called Xbox Live and the Xbox app.
Okay.
Why not make that available for that other consumer market where they're not playing your games?
Mm-hmm. Okay, and you know what?
And
That's what's happening.
You have a whole division of esports that's being built right now. That having PC, being in the PC industry, or opening up your games to that market makes your game bigger.
Yeah, it makes it more viable because it's more
And
accessible to everybody.
Exactly, bigger tournaments, bigger whatever.
Yeah.
Everywhere, faster. Like I don't get it. This is
I
my
think
point.
for
That's my
Halo,
point.
once it does well, Halo 5 anyway, for the esports and all that, and making it available in that realm, like you're gonna see, there's gonna be a major change,
No, I haven't seen anything yet until the switch is flipped, and I'm starting to see that.
But you gotta be fair to them too, like if that
first party title, I'm talking first party. All these, these first party titles that belong to Microsoft.
Yeah.
If they're not available on their whole entire ecosystem, it doesn't matter for me.
Okay, I see some of it.
Microsoft, listen, I support Microsoft. Again, I don't have a career without Microsoft. I can have a career without Microsoft, but my career, part of my career is mostly Microsoft. You know what? You get what I'm saying?
I gotta figure out what I'm gonna label this topic for once we put it on YouTube, because that's interesting things that you and Shinwar added, because it's just like, okay. Yeah, it makes sense to make it.
Phil Spencer. Somebody said.
No, I will. And the thing I like with Phil Spencer, he's so relatable. Like he's not gonna not listen. You know what I mean? He takes all the feedback. So I'll put it on his Twitter and see what he has to say, and go from there. Hell, it would be awesome to get that man for like a couple of comments here. But on your knees has been a little bit quiet. But if you had anything to add, because this was Goken's topic. So, anybody want to jump in? I heard a beep while we were in.
That was Mugen.
That's me, sucker.
Man, get your ass out this podcast. What's up?
Hold up, I'm the co-CEO of this motherfucking company.
What?
Wait. You on hiatus, sucker?
Hiatus, motherfucker. I'm checking up on y'all. What up?
What?
Yo, I'm done, I'm done.
So what's the topic at hand? I heard Killer.
Well, Goken, this was
I killed it. I just killed it. It's done.
It was an impromptu thing where I can get your comments on the director's cut, Nelson, but pretty much it boiled down to Goken's. Okay, this is the topic: Microsoft's ecosystem.
I guess it's a rant. I guess you could call it a rant.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna label it the Microsoft ecosystem, where first-party games should be available on PC and Xbox One at the same time. But they had to. To me, I felt they had to lay down the foundation. But Goken was saying they already had that in place. They just chose not to. But I think too, with Windows 10, it's like, okay, let's get it together. Let's consolidate everything in the OS, and then just make it where, okay, it won't be just about the system, but Xbox brand, and just bring everybody together. It'll help Killer Instinct. It'll help Halo. It might not help hardware sales, but
everything. First party titles that are coming, man. Esports, I'm telling you, man, that expansion into the esports thing, it'll it's already there for the esports. But when you kind of add that PC, you get that PC market in there, and it just makes it bigger.
Okay.
And it expanded a lot faster for them.
Okay.
The ecosystem's there, they're just not doing anything with it.
Okay. But you know that's what we were talking about, Nelson. But I'm gonna go into intermission, and you can say your piece during the director's cut. New Gaming Order audience, rate, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on newgamingorder.com. And shout out to our partner Full Screen. Those of you who see our broadcast now, you see the full screen watermark intro that they provided to me. So we're gonna see that in more of our production. So with that, those of you who are in the chat, stay tuned. We're gonna go into intermission for director's cut. You two folks, we out like Juggernaut, bitch. We'll be back for another segment. Peace. Alrighty then.